Before me today is easily the most expensive G-Shock that I have ever purchased. It's also the most basic G-Shock I've ever purchased, at least in terms of the module and the functions. As far as I understand, it doesn't really have any extra functions outside of my very basic G-Shock square, but I had to have it. Why? This is a very special anniversary edition of the G-Shock square. So let's open this box, and at the end of the video, I'm going to let you know if, at least upon initial impression, I think that this was a good purchase. Well, here it is, and I have to say, it was well packaged. Before I go any further, I picked this up through Bob, who has a review channel of his own called Time to Go Travel and Timepieces. And he also works at a local authorized dealer called Gem Bijou. And so thank you to those folks for setting one of these aside for me at the very last minute. I really appreciate it. And I talked to Bob about it 3 days ago. I paid for it on the second day, and it arrived today on the third day. So talk about great service. So turning our attention to the box, here we can see DW-5040PG 10R. This is a very special watch indeed. Let's see if it holds up. Some warranty stuff. There's the Canadian price paid. I told you it was expensive. Here is the module number and instructions. Okay, never received instructions before on how to open up a box. Okay, I have seen this online, so I'm not surprised. And originally I thought this would make a really neat display piece. But this is cardboard. This is not a display piece. It would have been so cool if this was plastic. I know. We need to hug the trees, and I get that. I want my kids to have a planet to live on just as much as everyone else. Okay. Being very, very careful with this paper. Opening it up. Here we have a bag that you would find at the dollar store. So far, I have to say, folks, I'm not super impressed. Are you ready for the reveal? Oh, wow. There it is. Oh, man. I'm having a really hard time picking that up on the camera the way I'd like to. But, man, it's dusty. Super dusty. Okay, I'm going to clean this up, get right back to you. And after tidying things up a little bit, we are back. The first thing that you're going to notice when you pick this thing up is that it is heavy. Like, not heavy, but heavier than a normal G-Shock. Much heavier than a normal plastic G-Shock. And that's because this thing is actually steel. At least it is underneath. Here is that buckle with the hardening treatment. Seeing this in person, it makes me think that I don't know if I would love this on an entire watch. What do you think? Would you like it? It's surprisingly smooth to the touch. It looks like it would be rough, but it's not. The strap and the bezel have a bit of a different look to it. And I understand that that's because this is a bit of a different plastic. Something also different is the case back with that same hardening treatment in black. Now, I have to say, that would look so cool on a watch. That treatment, yeah, again, it's smooth, deceptively so. It reminds me of the polished concrete floors I had when I lived in Toronto in a loft. Yeah, I know it's cliche, but I lived in a Toronto loft for a while, and it had nicely polished concrete floors. And that's kind of what this treatment reminds me of. It's soft and smooth, but yet you can see all the flakes below. That gold display is really cool. Like, even if you didn't know what it was trying to emulate, you would still think this was pretty cool. All the screws are gold, pushers are gold, and then, of course, there's that star. On the display, you'll see it has the brick pattern, but this does not have any tough solar or anything. It does say Project Team Tough in the bottom left-hand corner. Your typical Casio writing on every dang surface. It tells you that it's an illuminator. We'll turn out the lights later and check that out. Yeah, it looks more gray. It feels a little softer, a little smoother too. Very pliable. In terms of functions, you got your alarm, timer, stopwatch, and back to the time again. I mean, I'm telling you, this is the most expensive watch with this module I have ever purchased, bar none. Now, by way of comparison, I wanted to bring in my all black square 5600 BB so that you can see there really is not a lot of difference in terms of the display. However, the finishing on the strap is very different. This feels so much more premium. I don't know if that's just me justifying the price, but really, it really does. I like the sort of off black that it is. And you wouldn't really think of it as off black unless you saw it up against something like this, where you can see it definitely is more matte and it definitely is a little more gray. And here I'll give you a shot of the BB versus the brand new version. On the buckle, it appears that the buckle is similar, but it is a bit retooled, slightly different shape, I would say. There, I think that gives a good perspective on it. And of course, the weight on this is so much more than on this one, just because of the difference in materials. This one, of course, only has a metal case back. The rest is all resin. And this one having a, I know what you call it, a cage. The holder for the module inside is stainless steel. Now, to be fair, this is the most expensive G-Shock I've ever purchased, but it is a full metal G. It's got multiband 6, Bluetooth, tough solar. It's full metal with a metal bracelet. It's a really nice watch, and it honestly wasn't a whole lot more than this guy here. So you tell me, in terms of value, does this have a whole lot of value? I'm going to say in one way, absolutely not. Absolutely not. If you're looking for a G-Shock, definitely just go down and pick up an $80 G-Shock because you're going to get the same functionality. This one here, you can see the plastic's all mottled because, well, let's just say bug spray and G-Shock resin do not mix. This is my work watch. It's dirty, it's banged up. Actually, it's pretty good shape if you think about it. Wear it all the time. This one, I will not be wearing all the time. I think this one will be more of a display piece, which is a shame because it really is a good looking watch. But for $3.99 Canadian, oh man, you do not want to get this thing banged up, do you? And at the end of the day, doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of a G-Shock? I don't know, you can see I really have multiple minds about this thing. I need you to tell me, honestly, what do you think of this? Is this just a cash grab or is this something special? It is an anniversary, 40th anniversary G-Shock, limited edition. They're going to sell out like hotcakes. I could probably make my money back if I chose to sell this. In fact, if I was that kind of person, I could probably almost double my money. Let's check it out on the wrist. And here it is on the wrist. I mean, it's a square. I wish the strap was a little bit longer, but yeah, it's a great looking watch. Yeah, I don't know. You tell me. Did I waste my money? Well, should I sell it? Make a little bit of money? Should I sell it and pass it on to someone who truly appreciates this? Or should I just keep it in my collection as a special piece? A memento from the 40th anniversary. Maybe try to snag a few of the previous anniversary editions and keep my eye out for future ones. That could be a pretty cool little collection. I don't know. Now, usually when I make these videos, come to it with a real clear idea of what I want to say, but I gotta tell you, for right now, I have a lot of mixed feelings. Well, there you go. This is the 40th anniversary G-Shock, one we've been talking about for a while. I finally get to see it. I think it's fantastic. I really like it. I'm gonna wear it a little bit, and if you want a review, let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, it's just a square. I don't know if I need to review it. Thanks for watching, everyone. And thanks again to Bob and to Jen Bijou. Have a great day.